Hello, hello. As everyone can see, I got a little mic. So now we're mobile. I don't have the headphone thing yet. I'll get that update later, I guess. This is a Rode Lav mic. You know, one beef I have with all of these people that make these things, that design these things, that build these things, that are in charge of, making it happen and so that we can buy it. I can't believe how expensive this little setup is. It's nuts. And it's like, could they make it thinner? I don't know. Maybe if they try hard, they can make it thinner. Anyway, whatever. It seems flimsy for the price you pay, but yeah. A sign of the times. So here we are in Summerland, BC, and it's snowing. I'm just following the snow everywhere I go. I just bring snow with me. I wonder what's going to happen when I arrive in Chiapas, Mexico. Maybe it'll be a freak encounter snow when I get there. Anyway, here we are. Yeah, it's been beautiful to be back. I haven't been here in 7 years. All of the vineyards and fruit trees and grape vineyards. It's really a beautiful area. And the Okanagan Lake. It's so gorgeous here. I wanted to talk a little bit about plasma therapy and starting out, because I've had a lot of friends that have been recently started up and getting questions. And so I thought I would just answer them in a video instead of having to text everyone individually. And getting started is always super interesting. Yeah. So I started with a 3-day plasma fast. And one of the things when you start this is you end up having, ended up having a detox experience. I think most people do. Nothing pushes out toxins and poisons from the body like plasma does. So you kind of have to be a bit ready for that. For me personally, a lot of mucus. It was like a flood of mucus coming out and a lot of body aches. It kind of felt like I had the flu. So a lot of stuff coming out, getting pushed out of the body, and you're gonna feel that on a physical level. So you can, if you don't have time to go through a detox, you can just dial back your consumption so that you can, function. But I would say, allow yourself to push the envelope there and, to get the detox happening and to feel the power of that. But as far as there's all kinds of things you can do. I usually recommend or suggest, or in my experience, I find drinking your first morning plasma is a good way to start. And foot soaks are another really great way to introduce it to the system. I don't usually do it in a basin. I've never actually done it in a basin. I just bought a pair of rubber boots, and it's great because then you don't have to sit there in one place, and you can slosh around and you can take your time doing it because you're moving around, so you can let them soak for like an hour if you want to. And I usually do aged plasma with that. And by aged, I mean 2 weeks minimum to kind of really call it aged. But it doesn't mean that you can't use plasma younger than that. The other thing I like to do is aged plasma belly button drops. I love doing that. And one thing I've noticed from my plasma, because now coming back to North America from Asia, and I will say I was vegetarian for 2 years, and I was vegetarian when I started doing plasma cycling. And now being back in North America, I have gone back to a carnivore diet here, and the plasma is definitely stronger, and the aged plasma is definitely stronger. And I've actually now I blend it down because it's just too, I don't know, it's too alkaline, like it's too powerful to just have on its own. So when I do a Bastille, which is different than an enema is more like a larger volume and more designed to flush your system out, and a Bastille is like an insert. It's really meant to stay in longer. Of course, it's going to still come out, but it's a smaller volume and meant to stay in longer. So I usually will blend my aged plasma now with fresh plasma, and I can retain that a lot longer. This whole journey is really a personal one, and you just have to find your own way and your own comfort and your own detox pattern is going to be unique to you. So it's a really interesting journey, and I really feel the effects of the plasma on the pineal gland. Your intuition will be heightened, and as the clearing happens, as that decalcification happens, you really start to feel the emotional body also in its own way detox. And also, I've said this many times before about the hormone balancing effects of plasma cycling, and I call it a drinkable hologram. Whatever emotion that you're going through in that moment, your body makes hormones in relation to your mood. And so when you're stressed out, when you drink that plasma back, your body sees right away, oh my gosh, she's stressed out. And it works at balancing that. And so it's really, this last 6 months, I guess, in particular, but even less than that, but I'll say the last 6 months has been some of the most challenging times that I've gone through in a long time, and some really emotional, heavy stuff to lift. And I haven't been lifting it on my own because I've been cycling my plasma. And when I've had really stressful situations come up, it's like this strong desire I've noticed in me to consume more. And I really go to it for, my body is really drawn to it more and more in stressful times. It's like your body knows it needs this to balance itself, or it needs that information to balance itself quicker. And so because I've noticed that, I'm like, well, there must be the other side to this too. So when I'm with my really good friends that I haven't seen in a long time, and I have these like really super joyful, loving experiences with them, it's beautiful to cycle that hormone back through my system again. And it's really like elevating. So when you're stressed out, it elevates you by producing more of the happy hormone, because your body sees that it's out of balance. And then when you're in a really good mood, in a happy, joyful state, it's like your body is better able to make more of that because you're giving it more of that. The body knows what it needs to be in homeostasis. Internally, it knows how that works. So it's really just a super beautiful aid, the drinkable hologram, when you cycle that back through. So I have a little syringe that I use for my Basti, and I got a smaller one that you would maybe use for a baby to suck the snot out of their nose, which I also think this is amazing for infants and children for that exact reason. But the smaller bulb I take that one with me, and I fill up a little cup of my aged plasma, and if I need to, I can blend it down. I'm like a little alchemist in the bathroom with my plasma, aged, fresh. And then I suck some of that up in the smaller bulb I use for doing my nasal washes and my flooding my ear canal and washing out my eyes. And I even use it for application in my hair, just taking the nozzle and running it through along my scalp and giving my scalp a nice massage. It's been a great tool. And the other thing I use, the same bulb I use for my Basti, after I'm done with inserting the Basti, I'll suck up some warm water into my bulb. And because there's no bum gun in North America, and very few bathrooms in North America have the bum gun, in Asia the bum gun is prolific. And I've just gotten really used to that, and I like it. It's cleaner. I don't like wiping with toilet paper. For me now, after 10 plus years in Asia, just feels almost foreign. So I use my Basti bulb. I fill that with water, and I use that to wash myself off with afterwards. So there's a little tip for those who are missing the bum gun of Asia or have never experienced something like that. It's like a portable, what do they call it here? Bidet. Yeah, so that's sort of it. And the fresh you can use for all of these things for people just starting. You can start any way you want. Flood your ear canal with it and give your ears a nice wash. You won't believe how that feels. And I also do fresh plasma as a douche, which I really love after my cycle is finished. I love to do a fresh plasma douche. I did do a aged plasma douche once, only while I was a vegetarian, and it was too much. And I was happy to, if you have any discomfort when it comes to using aged, then I really recommend following it up right away with fresh, and that will really dissipate any uncomfortable sensations you're feeling from the aged. And I guess that's about it for now. I also use it for brushing my teeth and stuff like that. So basically everything. But yeah, you can start gently with any one of those things, or like I did, just jump in all together in one go. But make sure that you're ready to have a detox expression and be able to support yourself through the detox expression, and you're not trying to bite off more than you can chew if you have a job to go to and other things that you need to attend to. Then just monitor how much toxicity you have in you, and it'll show itself right away. Just start with some people know right away just from their first day of drinking it, they'll see something arise. But you can start with a 1 day or a 12-hour plasma fast, and just kind of go from there to see what the expression is that you're dealing with, and dial it back as needed. And thank you so much, my dear friends, for all of your questions that you've been sending me, and I'm really excited to support you on this journey. So, mwah, catch you later.